One of the topics that I speak on is vibration. And the reason I speak on it is because I've learned that my frequency, the way I'm vibrating, the energy that I carry, whether that's low or high, right? Not saying that we are to be always at a state of happiness and joyfulness, that we're never going to experience sadness or obstacles that can affect how we operate, right? However, when we do the healing work and we do the mental work and all of that, when obstacles come across our way, we no longer get into like a depressive state or an oh me or oh is me type of scenario. We learn how to maneuver through the situation because we understand that we're all powerful and that all is mental. So we no longer submit ourselves to what is being presented to us, what we're physically seeing with our eyes. Sometimes things come up, right? And they haven't even occurred yet. And we're already in that energy of it already happened, right? So I speak on vibration. And usually what I do is I speak on, taking care of your vessel, um, eating well, not engaging in diabolicalness, things like that, right? And the reason I do that is because that affects our vibration, right? And so that's another way that our vibration is affected. But I speak on vibration because as I'm being spiritually attacked, right? In order for these spiritual attacks to work or for anything to be able to attach to me, I have to be vibrating at a frequency at the frequency of these spiritual attacks, which is one of the reasons why I stopped doing a lot of things. Because in order for these things to work, I had to be reachable to them. I had to be, in that energy of sadness, depression, anxiety in the past, living my wounds out over and over again, feeling sorry for myself. Just, and I had to care. I had to care about certain things, like the fact that certain people that I loved and cared about were attacking me. The betrayals, I had to care. I had to care, right? And so instead of caring about that or giving that attention, what I did was I healed from it. And by doing that, I took the power from it. And instead of me going in and giving them like an emotional response or trying to find out why would you behave like this, why would you do this, why, I took the response from it. I took the emotion out of it, and I just moved on. I didn't need any closure. Like, I didn't seek for closure. I didn't need explanations. I just didn't care. And the way I did that was because I was anchored into something else. I was anchored in my identity with God, with my identity in the spiritual realm. So I no longer cared about the titles here of mother, father, brother, husband, wife. I didn't care about that because my identity is anchored into something greater than that. And so, and I didn't have to explain it. I didn't have to validate it. I didn't need anybody to say, yeah, you're right, Susan. I just know, right? I just know. So that's where my identity is anchored in. So going back to the vibration, right? Now, in order for these attacks to work, you have to be vibrating at the frequency of the attacks, which is low frequency, because diabolicalness is low frequency. Just so that we're all clear. No matter the extent of the diabolicalness, it's still low vibrational, right? So I speak on this because a lot of people don't know that they're being used as vessels for spiritual warfare, to be used as an instrument to attack other people, because they don't realize that they're being used, because because they're vibrating at this low frequency, it's easy for the enemy to send spiritual warfare towards them, or to use them as an instrument to go against other people. I'll give you an example. Let's say, you go ahead and I'll give you an example. I was doing an Amazon delivery a couple weeks ago, right? And as I'm doing this Amazon delivery, there's like the garbage bins are outside, right? And I'm coming in and I park next to a garbage bin, and the delivery is across the street. So, and the garbage truck is coming behind me, and in front of me is a man coming forward with his dog. I get out of my vehicle and I start walking to deliver the delivery, and this man sees me and he yells at me like badly, nasty. He yells at me like, "What are you doing? Don't you see the truck?" But like he says, like he uses bad words. He's like really mean, right? But I am already used to this because people see me, and I guess they see a light, and whatever is inhabiting that vessel, it gets triggered sometimes just by my light. Or sometimes the enemy, right, would want to trigger me, and it'll use a vessel that is suitable to be used at a low frequency. This man was obviously bitter, right? He was bitter, he was upset, he was bitter, he was mad at life. Like, he just saw me and he was like, "Why are you parking there? Don't you see the truck behind you? My garbage better get picked up." Like, beep type of scenario. And I said, "It'll only be 5 seconds." And because I'm already used to this, I'm not gonna lower my frequency. I'm like, peace, love, and light to you, my friend. So that's an example. Like, that's just a random example. Now I'll give it to you to think about in which other ways, if we're vibrating at a low frequency, how we might be able to get used by the enemy, and how we might not be able to recognize or see it that we're being used by the enemy, because this is not something that anybody's teaching us. It's just not. So their vessels are being used without them realizing it, because nobody speaks on these things.